Let's jump back into the game. Are you familiar with this game, Typhoony? I like to start with an ant. 3 ants is kind of questionable. I think we can do 2 and a cricket. You saw it sometime, but you never seen it? Yeah, so basically it is like a turn-based auto battler. So you seen it on the store page? I got you. So all the decisions that you make are in the shop period, and every turn you start with 10 gold, and every purchase costs 3 gold, and a reroll costs 1 gold, and then there's actually one item that only costs 1 gold. Basically, when you end your turn, you're gonna go into a fight, and the two team, you fight against someone random, and you either lose HP if you lose, or you gain a victory if you win. And if you get 10 wins, then you get that's how you win a whole run. But it's an auto battler, so the battle phase you don't have any control over. And then, of course, the most important decision you make the entire game is when you choose your team name. And we will be the Clean Hands. But here, I'll do a round in slow mode so you can kind of see what's going on here. So the battle plays out automatically. Both teams attack at the same time, and they attack in order from front to back. And each of the different units have different effects. They have different stats. So it's really like how you build a team, how you scale their statistics, the different synergies between the different animals is how you win. So here, I want to put this cricket in the back. I like to have a fish. It's just a high stat early unit. The graphics remind you of Paper Mario. Yeah, a little bit. They're like stickers. They're literally like emojis. They if you look at the license information of the game, these like come from some emoji pack. All right, so I think I'm gonna use 1 reroll here. We got a lot of ants. All right, so the beetle has an effect when you buy food. So I think what I'm gonna do here, buy this beetle, and then buy an apple for our fish, which gives the ladybug a temporary buff. So hopefully we win this round. And then next round, I'm gonna buy this ant and combine it. If you combine 3 units of the same type, then they level up. And the level up like increases the effectiveness of whatever their ability is, but also it gives you an option in the shop to buy a unit of a higher tier. So as the game goes on, you unlock higher and higher tiers of animals. Their mosquito snipes one of our ants. Both the buffs went to our fish. Our fish is very strong. And we do win that round. Alright, so you see here is the number of trophies we have, and then this is the number of lives that we have. So the first 2 rounds you lose 1 life if you lose. The next 2 rounds you lose 2 hearts if you lose. And then starting in the 5th round and forward, you lose 3 lives for every loss. So here on turn 3, we unlock tier 2 units. So you can see one of them here in the shop is the spider. So one thing I like to do is on turn 3, I like to try to save my units so that I can have a level up on turn 3. Because when you level up, you get access to a unit of a higher tier than what you currently have available. So on turn 3, we'll get the earliest possible tier 3 unit, which in this case is a dog. So a dog allows you to scale its stats by summoning friends. So we'll go ahead and buy the dog. And we have a couple of options here. We can either sell one of our current units and replace it, which will give us, which will activate the dog's effect. Or we could buy something from the food section of the shop, like this meat, which gives you +5 attack. So, for example, you could put the meat on the ladybug, because the ladybug has decently high health but low attack. That would like even out its stats a little bit. So these are the sorts of decisions that you have to make. Personally, I want to get rid of the ladybug, so I'm going to sell the ladybug. That gives us 1 more gold. We have 5 gold now. That gives us just enough gold to buy this beetle, which activates the dog effect. Sell the beetle. Now we're at 3 gold, and we buy a spider. Again, activates the dog effect. And the dog effect will also activate in battle. So like the cricket, when it faints, it summons a 1/1 cricket. That counts as a friend being summoned. But the stats that you accumulate during battle are temporary, they're not permanent. Versus the stats that you get in the shop phase are permanent. We'll end our turn. I'm gonna go ahead and put this back on speedy mode. And so we lost that round. So we're gonna lose 2 hearts. So this shop is not great for us. I suppose we could buy this cricket, although the cricket, in my opinion, is not that great of a unit, so I don't really want to invest in it too hard. So what I think I want to do here is buy this cupcake, which is a temporary +3/+3 stat buff. So I'll just put that on our fish. Then I'm gonna roll the shop. So here we have a peacock, a hedgehog, a mosquito. None of that interests me too much. I'm going to go ahead and roll 1 more time. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to sell this cricket. And what I want to do is buy a shrimp, which has an effect that happens on when you sell a friend. So that sort of has a natural synergy with the dog. And then since we have 3 more gold, I'm just gonna go ahead and give this dog an apple, which will just give it a permanent +1/+1 buff. We'll end the turn. So they have a horse build, which is sort of a classic build, where the horse buffs units that get summoned, and then so you fill your party with a lot of animals that summon other animals, so they get buffed by the horse. And we were able to make it out alive. All right. So here we have another dog. Getting to a level 2 dog is extremely important when you're running a dog. So I'm going to go ahead and sell this spider. That'll activate the shrimp effect. I didn't really want it to go to the ant because we're going to get rid of this ant soon. Buy the dog. Combine the dog. I think we're sort of getting to a point in the game where putting a meat on this fish, I think, could do a lot of work for us. And definitely want to freeze this garlic. I don't think we want it quite yet, but it's going to help our dog a lot in the future. Garlic armor, when a pet is attacked, it receives 2 less damage. So that's really helpful when you start to get higher amounts of health. Allows you to attack multiple times. I'm not happy with any of the units in this shop. I think I'm going to go ahead and buy this garlic. It's a little early, but we're going to buy it anyway. That leaves us with only 4 units on the squad, which means we have a good chance of losing this round. So I'm going to freeze this snail, which gives an effect on buy if you lost the previous round. Go into the battle. Hey, the Danish hipsters. And we do end up losing the round. So we're down to only half of our health. We can only afford 2 losses now. But thankfully we planned ahead and we froze the snail. So we can go ahead and buy the snail. That's going to buff all of our units. Dog gets a buff from a friend being summoned. Then we sell the snail. The shrimp activates from the snail being sold. Now we have a tropical fish here, which when you press the end turn button, it gives adjacent friends +1 health. That's certainly interesting. We'll freeze that and then roll the shop and see what else we get. Not interested in any of this. I think we can buy a cupcake, roll 1 time. Let's go ahead and get this tropical fish out here. We end our turn. So my concern here is that we've not been scaling very quickly. We've fallen behind the power curve. And we're on lethal now, so 1 more loss and we're done. Now this is something I've been looking for a long time. This is a sleeping pill. It's the only thing in the shop that costs 1 gold, but it allows you to kill one of your own units. Now why would you want to do that? Well, the ant, for example, has an effect when it dies. So we can kill this ant. That'll give one of our units a permanent buff, win on the dog, which is beautiful. Then we can buy the snail again. Big buff to everybody. Sell the snail. Shrimp activates. Now we need another unit to fill our last slot. I don't think it's going to be any of these, so we reroll. I don't think it's going to be any of these. I'm going to roll again. I don't like any of these options. I'm starting to get desperate. I'm gonna roll again. I think we could do worse than temporarily rolling a bat. So I'm gonna freeze that bat, roll one more time. The way the bat works is at the start of battle, it'll apply weakness to one of the enemy units. Hopefully, that'll be enough to get us through this round. I'm looking at it. It's a little scary, but I think this is doable. Interesting strat where they kill their own unit in the back. I don't know if that's how I would have done things. But we draw, so we're still alive. You're gonna go stream yourself. Have a great stream. Thanks, man. Thanks for hopping by. Have a great stream. All right, what do we want to do here? We can definitely sell this bat now. Buy the dog. Combine the dog. That gives us access to a rhino. Rhino, always a good unit. I think we can level up the tropical fish. Unfortunately, if we do level up the tropical fish, that's going to leave us with only 4 members of the squad, which I don't think we can afford to do. So what I think I want to do is buy this can. Now we can do one buy. So I think I want to buy the rhino. Freeze this tropical fish. Then we're just going to roll looking for things to freeze. I've decided that skunk is like one of the best units in the game, so I'm going to freeze that skunk. I don't think we're going to go to a level 3 tropical fish, probably. I'm going to leave this one unfrozen. I think I want to run it like this, actually. My thinking here is that the fish and the dog will be able to take out the buffer units that people tend to put in the front, and hopefully the rhino with its active effect can clean up at the end. I think we do pretty well against the spam build. Sort of like the opposite of how we have our units set up to deal with, but our dog's strong enough. Alright, so at this point, a level 1 shrimp, I would say, doesn't really do it for us anymore. So we'll sell that, buy the tropical fish, combine the tropical fish, buy the tropical fish, combine the tropical fish, we get access to a sauropod. We're not doing a food build, so sauropod doesn't really interest me that much. For now, we'll go ahead and buy a skunk, roll, freeze a pair. I would say let's roll again. Definitely want to try to level up our rhino. And quite frankly, some armor on our rhino would be pretty good. So next turn, I'm probably going to sell this fish. You know, it's done good work for us, but level 1 fish, probably time to go. All right, we're halfway there. Go ahead and sell this fish. It's a little dangerous because the fish, you know, it's been doing good work, but sometimes you gotta do it. We'll buy the rhino. We'll combine the rhino. I think what we want to do here is run 2 skunks this turn. We can go ahead and I think I like a pear better than a garlic. Definitely like a turtle. And if we're doing a turtle, we don't need garlic. So what I want to do is put the turtle in front of the rhino, kill the turtle to give melon armor on the rhino. We'll freeze the beaver to do a little buy-sell action for the dog. And of course, we did not get a pill, which is unfortunate. Go ahead and end the turn. We've been getting very lucky with the stat distribution on our dog. Got good health and good attack. 6 wins. Now the chocolate is a tough decision that will allow us to either level up the rhino or the skunk. In this situation, both a level 2 skunk and a level 2 rhino are extremely good. But I think on turn 11, I think a level 2 rhino is better. I already said no to a sauropod before. Let's go ahead and combine these skunks to make room. A little buy-sell with the beaver. Think we can buy the turtle. Now we're just looking for a pill. Didn't get it, but we did get a chocolate, so we'll be able to get our skunk to level 2 next turn. You know, assuming we survive until then. Go ahead and send it. Now, I am a little scared because a scorpion will blow us out if they put a scorpion in the front. There it is. Probably should have put our turtle in the front instead. Yeah. That was definitely a mistake. I thought about it too late. I thought about it after I pressed the button. Definitely would have been better to have the turtle in the front, followed by the rhino, followed by the fish, followed by the dog, and then the skunk. That would have been the better ordering there. And I think if we had ordered it like that, then we would have had a pretty good chance of winning that round. So that's a mistake.